Are you the one who starts the best conversations on Facebook, WhatsApp, or in the group chat? If so, this is the podcast for you. Hi, I'm Eva.
And I'm Don, and welcome to Chat and Bother. This is a 15-minute podcast where we start conversations and you and your circle finish them. So go ahead and share this episode with a friend or family member so they can listen to it and you can talk about it together.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So today we are inspired by a story by Shawners on Instagram. Her stuff is always hilarious and inspirational and everything. And I don't know if her page is set to private, but her stuff is always really funny. Anyway, she had reposted a post about the things that we were scared of as kids that didn't make any sense and really did not translate into adulthood. So Don has a meeting in like 20 minutes. So this is truly going to be a 15-minute deal, isn't it? I'll let you go first. You better not steal one of mine.
Zombies.
Wait, zombies? I feel like we should be scared of those still.
Listen, we've had a whole pandemic. If there was going to be a zombie come out, it was going to be during the cure for that. That's how it always starts.
That's true.
So I'm over my zombie fear now.
You're 47. You should have been.
Don't worry about when I got over it.
All right. Okay. I'm next. Quicksand. That was actually on the post. Quicksand. I really was concerned, like, because we would go to the beach a lot, and we actually lived in a place where there would be sandy areas.
Yes.
Because we lived in the South, so there were like sandy areas and then grass, and I'm thinking, am I going to sink to my death?
So did you always keep a lasso with you to help
I
you
mean,
get out
I
of the
thought about it. Like,
quicksand?
every time I saw a sandy area, I was like, who is going to have a stick? I need to keep people close enough to me who can get to a stick.
Right. Because that's always
That's the only way you get out of quicksand.
Listen.
And they happen to know where the edge of the quicksand is so that you don't go so far as to die in a Where is quicksand actually? Well,
according to all the westerns that we used to watch, they're in the Southwest, So if you in Arizona or New Mexico or Southwest Texas, that's when you need to worry about it.
But have we ever even seen any quicksand
I don't know if
incidents?
that's it. Listen, I just know what Bonanza told me. I know what Gunsmoke and all those told me. The Rifleman, that's when I saw quicksand.
But it was always close enough to the split rail fence so that you could lasso the top of the split rail fence. But my question is this: who built the fence next to the quicksand, not knowing and who didn't? They didn't fall into the quicksand while building the fence.
Hoss did.
So does quicksand just appear? See, I still have way too many questions about quicksand.
The fact that we don't know where it is.
Where it is, how it happens, what it is. It's never been on the news.
300 million people in this country.
But we haven't heard.
330 million people in this country, and don't nobody know where quicksand is?
But we also have not had any quicksand incidents on the news.
Right.
Okay, so I should stop worrying. I'm not gonna,
Maybe.
but I probably should. All right, your turn.
Quick signatures. I always thought I was going to be like some kind of superstar, and I needed to make sure I could sign quickly.
Because you had so many.
So I needed to be able to make my way through a crowd quickly.
You had to be able to?
Right.
So you were worried that your signature... So that's why you signed so aggressively now?
Yeah, you got to be able to sign and dot it and just walk on, you know?
You can't do it. Don, so that's why you sign the way you do?
Yeah, I'm always ready.
Because you be at the bank just aggressively signing.
Right. Yeah.
I can't do it. All right.
Listen, you got to get in and out real quick.
Oh.
Because you don't know what, you don't want to disappoint your fans, you know?
At the bank?
I don't have any fans yet, but I want to make sure I don't disappoint them when I do get them.
Okay. All right. I'm next. If you notice, many of mine come from cartoons. I spent a lot of time alone. Anvils falling from the sky.
Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, because I was
way too many of those.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how many enemies I have and how many of them are in a tree.
Hold on, let me ask you this.
Or
in
on a
your
cliff.
life, how many times have you actually seen an anvil?
I've never seen an anvil. I actually don't even know what they're for. Is it like that thing, the blacksmith thing that they bang swords and stuff out of? Okay, so no, I have not actually seen an anvil. No, I haven't. I didn't know how many enemies I had that would be on a cliff. You know, the cliffs of South Carolina.
Okay, I'm weak.
Who would be up there waiting for me to just saunter by.
How many cliffs are there in South Carolina?
I might just saunter by.
Is it like most of South Carolina called the Low Country?
There's no cliffs. All right, your turn.
Related.
How are you going to do your next meeting right now?
I don't
Because
know.
you are in tears. Okay.
Okay.
Next one.
Related to the country, ditches.
No, that's a real fear.
It's
Because see, you grew up in Delaware, but you were only in Alabama some of the time.
right.
If you grow up in the South, falling in a ditch is a true, real fear, especially if if you have been a passenger in a car that got stuck in a ditch, it is a nightmare. And I still have that. That is not an irrational fear. I have been in a ditch at night.
We live in Chicago right now.
Not the point.
I don't need to be worried. Like, I have an irrational fear, and I still have it, that when my son is driving my car,
He could be in a ditch somewhere.
be in a ditch somewhere.
In a ditch somewhere.
Right.
That's
It's
how
not just a ditch. It's in a ditch somewhere.
Somewhere.
Right.
And it's still a real fear for me. I don't
Okay.
care if you are on the highway. You could be in a ditch somewhere. And when we are on the highway going south, I got one eye off to the side just in case I end up in a ditch somewhere.
I'm more concerned with the deer jumping out than I am the ditches.
And I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not scared of that. Hit it and keep moving. Keep going. So the next thing that I have or had was poison ivy.
Ooh.
Yeah, like people really talked about, over the summer I got poison ivy, and half the time, so when I was really young, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a disease that you got, right? You're going to catch poison ivy. I thought it was a disease. And then when I found out it was a plant, and then they would like have these things to help you recognize what poison ivy look like. Well, I don't have an eye for plants. All them things look the same to me. They all look the same. And I was like, oh no, my inability to recognize various plants is going to have me catch the poison ivy. And I've never gotten poison ivy, and we lived basically in the woods, and we were in the woods all the time, but I never got poison ivy. Did you ever get it?
No, I never did. And I spent an inordinate amount of time in the woods when I was young. So
And the people who would get poison ivy, I was like, you don't look like you go in the woods. But
that
okay.
may be the part of the problem.
We might have been immune to the poison.
No. We just might have been aware.
I was not aware.
Because the people that I know that got it, they just will be traipsing through the woods and not know what they get into. They probably would come out with all kinds of briars and prickle bushes. And
I didn't come out with a lot of that. All right, your turn.
clowns.
You're on your own with that, dear.
I never was freaked out when I saw them. I always wondered why. Why would you do that?
Well, okay.
Why do you it's not face paint. It's not like you got like a warrior hawk or something like that, or war paint or whatever. You put white face on and got
So
big
were
old...
you afraid of the clown themselves or the person behind the clown?
The person behind it, who does that? I could never see my uncles or my dad doing that. And it's like...
But here's the kicker. Whenever you see them, they're not clowns. So anyone could be am I making this worse for you?
Maybe.
Yeah. So anybody could be a clown. Anybody.
Yeah, but I think what was bothering me is...
Who is that person?
Yeah,
where does he work?
First off, why are so many of y'all in that car? And second...
Did you go to the circus?
Yeah, we went to the circus a couple times.
Yeah. Okay. But I never focused on the clowns at the circus.
It was obviously a secondary thing. The stars of the circus were the elephants and the people on the trapeze.
Yeah.
But...
I never really focused on the clowns or their mode of transportation.
Yeah, it was just weird. Why? Why do you do that?
Yes, but people are entertained. There's a lot of weird entertainment out there. We need to move on from your clown issues.
All right.
All right. Stepping on a crack and breaking my mother's back. I mean, I just pictured her, I'm not paying attention. And I still tell the kids, they're grown, and I'd be like, watch where you walking. And I don't know if it's about that or what it is. But yeah, I had a fear of stepping on a crack, and my mom is at work setting up, working with somebody.
Imagine her hollering out,
that hell stepped on a crack.
I knew one of them kids was going to do me in.
So yeah, that was my irrational fear that she was just going to collapse one day because I wasn't watching where I was walking. Okay, we're not going to dwell on that. Your turn.
You'll shoot your eye out. BB gun.
Yeah. Now, yes, we did. I did have well, I didn't know anybody with any BB guns, but I knew that you could probably lose an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Christmas Story with Ralphie.
Oh, yeah. We didn't watch that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that till we got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it till we got married. And y'all, I guess, have it playing at your house throughout the holiday.
TNT or whatever it is that they
Again, you had cable.
Oh,
I don't know why you can't understand. I had 3 channels.
We had gotten married. You had cable.
Yeah, but I didn't watch Christmas shows. Also, another show that we have already done. Okay, so you clearly have not shot your eye out. That's important. Being so scared that I fainted.
Oh.
Because that happens on cartoons and TV. Like
yeah.
what's his name? Sylvester the Cat would be like, ah, and then just faint. So yeah, mine was being so startled and surprised and scared that I would just drop to the floor and faint and crack my head open. But he never cracked his head open, but I knew I was a real person and I could fall and just crack my head open.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
But you know what? No, yeah, I definitely.
So I'm noticing a trend here. A lot of these are related to the cartoon.
Spent a lot of time by myself thinking. Your turn.
For me, I think it was not having the proper comeback or not being able to crack a joke back at whoever. We joke about somebody in our family practice fighting.
We're not gonna name that person.
Right. So yeah. I would kind of go through in my head like, how many of your mama jokes do I got on the ready? Okay.
So you had a collection of ways to insult people, just in case.
In case I got into it with somebody.
Interesting. All right. Well, okay. So this is one that was a little more recent.
Yeah.
Not too recent now that I think about it, because everything seems recent. And it's 30 years ago. Basically, everything that happened in the first Final Destination. The entire movie. Because growing up in South, you're always behind logging trucks and stuff.
Oh, God.
And I never really thought about it until Final Destination. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I never thought that like a light pole could fall on me. I never considered that.
Or like somebody would throw a toaster into the tub.
And we had a garbage disposal. I never considered something getting stuck in there and sucking my arm down. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
The fear that I did not have of that garbage disposal, that was irrational because that thing could have chopped my arm off.
Yeah.
So I really did, and we had a microwave.
Right.
And I didn't put foil in there, but I don't think I knew that I shouldn't. So there was a lot of stuff that it made me think back to the dangerous, on-the-edge life I'd been living.
You were just out there.
I was out there not knowing all of these things could kill me. Not knowing.
Maybe it's good that I never actually saw that movie. I think I saw like pieces of it as I walked by, but I never...
It will make you paranoid about everything. And then the sequels just add on new stuff. Blenders, you'll be scared of everything. Leaks, you'll be scared of everything.
Right.
And you know how I am about turning the breaker off whenever something needs to be fixed or there's a water leak. It's like the leaking water. Turn the breaker off. I don't even care. Turn everything off. So yeah, that's one. Oh, pulling a string on my clothing and the entire thing unraveling. And then I'm standing there butt naked in the street. So I don't like when people reach out to like
Looney Tunes at its finest. Oh my goodness.
Like I hated when people would reach out and try to pick something off my clothing. I would jump out and be like, what you doing?
It's just a lip balm.
No, don't pick no lint off my clothes. Don't try to pull a string off my clothes because I could be standing there butt naked.
You win because this list is ridiculous.
They're all so bad. They're all really, really bad. But anyway, you have to go to work.
I do.
And I have more of these. So we're going to have to do a part 2. You clearly don't have as many irrational fears as I do. I feel like they could predict that. The listeners knew that about us.
Yeah, but I think mine were just like general fears. Like I think yours.
Mine are very specific.
Yours were very specific. Like, we went from ditches on my side to anvils on your side.
Hey, you have to expect the unexpected.
I was concerned about whether or not a frying pan would ever be used against me.
Against me? I wasn't worried about knives, guns. Not even swords.
But a frying pan to the face?
We had a cast iron skillet I was like, somebody go bust in here, pick up that skillet, and knock my head off. All right, y'all, we're gonna be back. We'll be back next week with the set part 2 of this, because I got some issues that I need to get out, and clearly some things I need to share with Don. I need to chat and bother. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for Chat and Bother. Go ahead and like our Facebook page and share this episode with people that you want to chat with or just feel like bothering, or both. Visit our website, chatandbother.com, for our episode guide and other ways to connect with us. Take care.